Pruning of plum trees is comparable across the different plum varieties, although there are some variations in the training systems used based on the natural growth and bearing habit of the cultivars. A plum, in most cases, is a strong central leader tree. Bearing branches are selected and tied to the left and right of the central leader onto a flat trellis to form a fruiting wall. The branches are spaced 15 to 20 centimeters apart on the central leader. If they are tied to the trellis soon enough, they will not grow too vigorously into the next tree. Side branches are either tied horizontal to the ground, or some of the more heavy-bearing cultivars are tied at an angle of 45 degrees and renewed by pruning to a stub where the spurs become unproductive due to too much blind wood.
On the spur varieties, high-yielding spur varieties, we have the branches of 45 degrees. They don't give much growth and they run out of steam at some stage or other, and then we have to come through and make a stub cut and start a new growth from there again to replace that branch. We would probably only do one per side per year, and this branch is probably ready to be renewed. We'll cut it back to a stub there and start the process there again.
Plums bear on spurs, so you want as much 2-year-old and older wood in the tree as possible. Remove all damaged or broken branches. Remove any branches coming off the structural branch that is more than 1/3 of the thickness of the structural branch. Plums are vigorous growers, so it's important not to cut back into the 2-year-old or older wood or to make any heading cuts, as this will stimulate vegetative growth, and plums are very competitive for energy between fruit and vegetative growth.
With plum pruning, it's very important that we do not make heading cuts into the plums, because by making a heading cut, and that's cutting back into the 2-year-old or older wood, one stimulates new growth. So that branch must run out of steam itself. Don't cut it back or make it shorter, because you'll just make a whole lot of vigorous water shoots that will make sure that the fruit doesn't set. So it's either take it out or leave it. Don't cut back into the structural limb, whatever you do. Don't make that cut, don't make that cut, don't make that cut, don't make that cut. And since we've been doing that, we've managed to improve yields dramatically. So we take it out altogether or we leave it. We don't cut back.
So on a plum tree, it's the right shoot or it's the wrong shoot. If it's not the right shoot, then take it away. If there's too much growth in a plum tree, all the energy will go into the vegetative growth and none of it will go into fruit set and plum fruit growth. With some plum varieties, you can do a little bit of spur work, that is just cutting back into the thin spurs, but be careful not to stimulate too much growth.
That is too thick to cut back into, so that's either got to go totally or leave it. But these thin ones, I can cut back if I feel I need to do some spur work.
Summer pruning is often done on plums, removing strong, offensive, upright shoots that compete directly with the tree for its energy reserves. Well, that's it for plums. Please note that our pruning programs give the general theory related to the pruning activity. Adapt the information to your own situation and chat to a consultant who can advise you in your orchard if you have further queries.